Welcome to Pydle Day 164. Pydle is a daily puzzle you need to solve by writing Python code. Today's Pydle is a pair, so have a go at solving that. If you're new to Pydle or you just want some tips how to solve Pydle, we want to get better at it, then stick around as I will now solve yesterday's Pydle, which was a seahorse. Now, it is a pretty little picture, but it is quite a well, not a difficult puzzle, but they don't seem to be like really clear patterns. I had a long time to think about it. So you can probably split these pairs of pixels, but I'm just going to show a very kind of brute force approach, and then I'm going to show you a kind of generic approach you can use for puzzles like this, which don't have like nice patterns. Okay, so let's just do our two loops for x in range, for y in range. I'm not going to use a shortcut today. So now let's do the whites first. Now we can say if x equals 0. Okay, so that's this one, the vertical and left. Let's just go column by column, or x equals 1 and y modulus 2. So it's the even ones, 0, 2, and 4. So we have to compare that with 0. Okay, so next one. Or x equals 3, no, 2, and 1 less than y less than 4. So you can see it's very manual. And then the last one is or x equals 4 and what do we do? Okay, so I'm just gonna, you can see it's basically 2 pixels and gap of 2 pixels, then 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do integer division, then I'm going to take the even kind of pairs. So it's the first and the second pair, even though there's only 1 pixel there, it doesn't matter. Okay, hope that makes sense. So that is the outline. I love it, and you can start seeing the outline of the little graphic. So there's the outline of our little seahorse. Okay, but this isn't very satisfactory. And then we do the yellows next, elif. Okay, so now again we can kind of go with the pairs. So if y equals 1 and 0 less than x less than 3. Okay. Okay, there's the beak, and then we can have another condition, or y equals 0, 1, 2, 3, and no, it's x equals 3. And now we're going to use the pair again. So y integer division 2 modulus 2. And we don't need to compare that to 0. So hopefully that works. Yes. So it's basically the odd pair. So that's the first pair. Second pair is odd because we've done integer division. So that's maybe a way to tackle that, is kind of just look at the different pairs, which is a little bit more compact, but still not very satisfactory. And then all we have left are the greens, and then we need to exclude the one black pixel for the eye. So alif not x. So y 0, so y equals 0 equals x is 2, so we need to say x minus 2. That's quite a compact way of doing that. Okay, and then we're going to do that as green. Okay, so 197 characters, quite a lot. Now I'm going to show you an understandable compact solution, which isn't the most efficient. You'll see a lot some shorter ones, and I'll explain that as well. So this is a solution I've done, and it's basically just listing the different colors. So for iron range, this goes all the pixels from left to right, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically it's the index of each pixel. Then we calculate the x, which is the remainder of 5, which goes 0 to 4, 0 to 4. Y is I integer division 5, so it goes 0, 1, 2. And then we create a string with the colors we're going to use in our puzzle, so which are white, green, yellow, and X. So if a color isn't in our list of available colors, then it will just default to black. So to make it a bit shorter, we can say X instead of black. To split that on space, so that will form a list of the colors. And now we've got a string with the indexes of the color of each pixel. So 0 is white, 3 is black, 1 is green, 2 is yellow. Okay, so now we've got a string of 25 length, and that's the index of each color for each pixel. And then we take the index of that, which is I, and then we convert that to an int, and that's the index then of our list of colors. Okay, so just to prove to you it works, I'm gonna change yellow to blue. Just gonna look a bit odd. Okay, that's quite pretty. Okay, so that 197 characters, we're down to 97. So this is an kind of understandable compact solution. And then there's the other solution you can see on Reddit. Somebody posted that today, and I'm going to post that in. Which is this one for iron range 25, again, pixels. Same principle, have a string of the colors, split it, and now we've got a list of colors. But now there's just a long hex number, and then you just shift it by 2 pixels to the right. So it's basically dividing by 4 every time. And then add that by 3 to kind of just get rid of the ones that are still to come. So it's a more complicated way of writing that than our string. So it's basically every pixel takes up 2 bits, because you can represent 0 to 3 with 2 bits. So I know people have written a little encoder for that. So yeah, if you see this on Reddit and you weren't sure how this works, hopefully this explanation helps. And then if I run that, that solves the Pydle as well. And let's see, I had 97 characters, this is 85, so it shaves off another 12. Okay, so, but hopefully most Pydles you should be able to see a few patterns there. I mean, yesterday's wine glass was quite nice, using some kind of clever tricks. Okay. So if you haven't solved today's Pydle already, then have a go. And then I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching.